Hi, I'm Steph. Welcome to my gratitude yin practice. I'm going to put the playlist that we're using in the comments, and you're welcome to use our playlist or use your own, or practice with no music at all. Thanks for practicing with me. I hope you enjoy this yin flow. For this yin practice, you may need a couple of blankets and a block or two. So we're going to get started sitting in the center of the mat, facing the short edge of the mat. We're going to come into butterfly pose. So you can sit on a blanket or a cushion. Shift your weight forward slightly onto the front edge of the sit bones. Bring the soles of the feet together and kind of glide them away from you so that you're forming a diamond shape with the legs. Let the knees fall out to the sides, almost like the wings of a butterfly. Fold forward from the hips, coming to your edge. And then start to relax the upper spine. Let it round slightly. Release the shoulders and the neck. And let the head fall down toward the arches of the feet. You can cup your head in your hands and allow the elbows to rest on the feet. Or if your chest is lower, you can rest your head on your stacked fists. If you'd like to, you can bring a block underneath the head for support. And if a stack of blankets would be better, you can try a stack of blankets under the head for support. Butterfly pose is one of the more accessible forward folds in the yin tradition. It's an amazing pose to open up the space in the back, the hips, the inner leg. And it targets the gallbladder, kidney, liver, and urinary bladder meridians in the Chinese system. It's an amazing low back stretch if you're limited in other forward folds to tight hamstrings. It's also a great option during pregnancy because it provides a lot of space for the baby. And if you don't practice yin regularly, I can tell you that we hold these poses anywhere from 2 to 7 minutes. And in today's yin flow, we're going to be holding each posture for around 2 to 4 minutes. And in the yin tradition, first we find our edge, then we find stillness, and then we sit with the pose for the appropriate length of time. Brene Brown, a researcher with many popular TED Talks, discovered that there isn't a single person who refers to themselves as joyful who did not also have an active practice of gratitude. And from that, we can infer that joy comes from our willingness to show appreciation and thankfulness on a daily basis. We often hear that the root of joy is gratefulness. And we're going to start to deepen the breath a little bit and very slowly come to an upright seated position. And from here, we're going to swing the left leg back behind us. Align the right leg as closely as possible, the right shin, to the front short edge of the mat. And the back left shin flushes with the left side of the yoga mat. coming into deer pose. Notice how you feel and adjust with the position of your legs. We're looking for sensations in the hips, low back area. Traditionally, both legs are at a 90-degree angle, but you can adjust as much as your body needs. Adapt the posture to your body. We want to make sure that the knees stay comfortable. You can sit on a blanket or pad yourself with whatever cushion makes sense for you, maybe underneath the right hip. And if your front knee is lifting, you can bring a blanket underneath that knee for support. Begin to fold out over that front right leg. You can use a block underneath the head here as we find a deep stretch in that right hip area. First, we find our edge. Yin yoga is about being soft and gentle, so we aren't coming to a maximum place of discomfort. Next, we come into stillness, physical and mental stillness. And we hold here for another couple of minutes. Just allow that 3 to 4 minute period of time to unfold, knowing that we don't have to fight, we don't have to resist. All we have to do is allow, just release, let go, and allow yourself to just be. I work with a lot of children, and when I'm teaching yoga to children, we often focus on cultivating a gratitude practice. And one of the ways that we teach children to find gratitude in their hearts is to find a few things each day that they are grateful for. I often tell them, even if the only good thing that happened today is that your shoe stayed tied all day, that's something that you can be grateful for. And as you come up with all the things each day, your own internal list of the people or the things that you are grateful for, you notice also why you have gratitude for these people or these things that are in your life. And the process can work just as well for adults as it does for children. And from here we come into shoelace. So swing your left leg around to the front. Cross and wrap that left leg over the top of the right leg. And if it helps, you can shift forward onto the hands to get the left leg nice and snug. And then rock back onto the sit bones or a block, maybe a blanket. Once you get settled, take a nice inhale to sit up nice and tall in your body. And on the exhale, fold over and down. Notice how you're feeling here. If the sit bones don't feel evenly grounded, you want to make sure you use a prop to find that sense of evenness. And if this is causing discomfort, you can extend the bottom leg long in front of you, coming into half shoelace. And when you combine the practice of gratitude with acceptance, this combination has really proven in clinical studies to reduce burnout and to encourage resiliency. When you practice acceptance, you're able to fully embrace yourself and stay engaged with the entire range of what it is to be human. And it's in these present moment experiences of acceptance that we're able to understand how our current situation, our right now circumstances offer us an opportunity to expand and to grow, regardless of how challenging that may be. And you've come to your edge. Find the stillness. And know that we're going to be here for about another 30 seconds. And from here, slowly start to transition all the way up. Uncross the legs and bring the feet flat onto the ground with the knees pointing up. You can bring the hands behind you for support. And let's just windshield wiper the knees side to side a few times. Counter stretch. And we're going to come into deer pose with the left leg forward. So this time we bring the left shin forward and the right knee, right shin come behind you to line up with the right side of the yoga mat. Facing forward, maybe bring support under the left hip if that feels good for you. Notice whether or not you need support under the knee. And then come to fold over that front left leg. Adjust your legs in whatever way feels right for you. Knowing that this is your practice, this is your pose, and you want to always adapt the pose to your body and not force your body into any specific shape. Remember that yin yoga has 3 stages. First, we come into the pose and find our edge. We want the stretch to take place by the process of allowing rather than forcing into this shape with our muscles. Yin yoga opens up the connective tissues in the body, the fascia, and this happens by coming to your edge and allowing. To have an effective yin yoga practice, we want the muscles to be at ease, relaxed. Next, we find stillness. Come as far as you need to so that you find a notable resistance in the body. And rather than forcing the body to go to the max, you want to find stillness in your appropriate edge and let your body open on its own. And as the body opens, it will pull you deeper into the posture. After about 30 to 45 seconds, the body typically releases and we're able to go even deeper. But this isn't always the case, so we want to listen to the body. It always knows best. And then finally, we hold for the appropriate length of time. These yin postures will bring physiological changes as the body responds to the stretch. And this can only happen if we stay with the shape and hold the posture for a certain length of time. And this is why we hold for so long, so that we can soak up the benefits of the pose. Accepting wherever you are in this shape and in your practice, accepting whatever you find on the mat today or any given day. We know that acceptance is part of the greater yogic concept of santosha, which is about contentment. Santosha is our second niyama, and in yoga philosophy, our niyamas are our internal disciplines. They're part of that yogic code that govern how we interact with ourselves and our own personal restraints. And with that in mind, ease your way on up, and we come into shoelace on this side. So swing the right leg around and cross it over the top of the left, almost as if you could stack the knees. Maybe you rock onto the hands to tighten everything up a bit, and then rock back onto the sit bones, maybe a blanket or block. Bring the feet out to the sides, then begin to fold over and down. We all know that the power of gratitude is life-changing. Most of us have experienced the healing potential that comes with a gratitude practice. Yet, we sometimes resist. We sometimes work against ourselves. In the same way that we eat food that works against our bodies, or we engage in sleep patterns that are self-sabotaging, we often resist the very practices that we need the most. Relinquishing any feelings of lingering entitlement or any type of victimhood mentality is a great first step to finding the contentment that comes with gratitude. Ease on up and uncross the legs. Bring the hands behind you for support. The soles of the feet come to the earth, knees pointing up, feet a little wide. As we windshield wiper the knees side to side. An important counter stretch. And then we're going to recline back onto the back. And we're going to come into stirrup pose, what you may know as happy baby. So grab onto the outer edges of the feet, knees a bit wider than the ribs. And you can always grab onto the backs of the thighs if the hips feel tight in this space. Use the energy of the arms to just gently kind of pull the thighs down in a way that is natural. Option to close the eyes here if that feels right for you. Mary Davis said, "The more grateful I am, the more beauty I see." And from this place of gratitude in our hearts, we're able to start noticing what is lovely and what is precious and special in our lives. All of those small, joyful moments, or those times of acceptance that really change things for us. And imagine that you could breathe in with immense gratitude and breathe out with appreciation. And you can start to rock side to side here if that feels right. A nice little back massage. Think of it as a form of self-care for the back body today. And from here, we're going to draw the knees back into the chest. Cross the right leg over the top of the left leg. Extend the right arm out to the right and shift the hips slightly right as the knees drop to the left for an easy reclined twist. And just let the body be heavy here. Let your exhales be full and complete. And as you're ready, bring the knees back to center. Uncross the legs and just hug the knees into the chest. And then cross the left leg over the top of the right leg. Extend the left arm out to the left and shift the hips slightly left as the knees drop to the right. And slowly hug the knees back into center. Give yourself a little squeeze. And then we come into Shavasana, final resting pose. Extend the legs long. Allow the palms to face up. And relax into the most important posture of your practice today. Start to deepen your breath just a little bit and bring some gentle movement into the body. Take a moment to give yourself whatever you need here. Maybe a good morning stretch. Maybe it's hugging the knees into the chest. And when you're ready, roll over onto the right side. And slowly start to press yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Take an inhale, circle the arms up to the sky. Let the palms come together and meet at heart center. And know that the light in me sees and honors and appreciates the light in each of you. I send my gratitude out to each and every one of you. And I bow to you. Namaste. Hi, I'm Steph. Welcome to my gratitude yin practice. I'm going to put the playlist that we're using in the comments, and you're welcome to use our playlist or use your own, or practice with no music at all. Thanks for practicing with me. I hope you enjoy this yin flow.